98.1.
It was really a proud moment when my sister Sarah told me she was starting her makeup business. I really wanted to help her start off well, so when she said to me,
Brother Tunji, shed body now and support my ministry.
I answered, the support you need now is an Avon HMO health plan.
An Avon HMO health plan?
Yes, dear. I explained that because her health is very important, with an Avon HMO health plan, she won't have to self-medicate or spend money on hospital bills. Finally, I said, I'll subscribe for you online and pay for the first year, but from next year, you'll renew it by yourself.
Hey, thank you, brother me.
Visit AvonHealthcare.com on your phone to buy your plan in just 3 easy steps. It's that fast and simple.
Avon HMO, empowering you to live healthier, fuller lives.
Smooth Health on the Drive.
It's a global observation that helps raise people's awareness.
Get health information and tips for optimal well-being.
How to prevent it, detect or treat it.
This is Smooth Health on the Drive.
Smooth Health on the Drive, in association with Avon HMO.
Welcome to Smooth Health here on the Smooth Drive. Thank you all for tuning in. We have a special guest this evening, as usual. But just to remind you, this is Smooth Health in association with Avon HMO, bringing you practical tips for healthy living. If you want to get in on the show, you want to join in, maybe send a comment or a question, send that in to 0809-444-0981. Otherwise, we are proud to have, once again in the studio, Dr. Chibuki Aigbe. Good evening.
Hi, Howard. Good evening.
Your little voice. Oh, how are you feeling?
Good.
Okay, great. Now, just in case you all don't know or don't remember, Dr. Chibuki is a medical doctor with at least 7 years of experience both in the clinical and non-clinical fields of medicine. Now, in her medical journey, she's gained vast experience in the general medical practice, as well as in being the provider and claims management part of the service. She's currently with Avon HMO as the Quality Improvement Manager, a role that oversees daily patient treatment outcomes, especially in the chronic diseases departments such as diabetes, hepatitis, and hypertension. Now, this evening, we're going to be discussing insomnia, sleep apnea, and sleep hygiene. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, you want to get in on the program, 0809-444-0981. Of course, we also have Fala in the studio with us.
Yes.
And it's all women. Yay.
Girl power.
Like how I would say, burst of estrogen.
A wonderful burst of estrogen. Girl power. All right. So, let's talk sleep hygiene. What exactly is sleep apnea? I know, but no, please.
Let me hear you. Let me see what you know. What do you
Isn't it like when you have trouble breathing at night and then it causes you to snore?
Yeah.
Like your breathing seizes every once in a while?
Exactly. So sleep apnea is when you have cessation of breath while you sleep. So it can be from a number of things. It could be from the brain. When that's so, your brain doesn't breathe normally throughout your sleep, and it's not. You know that it's your brain that's in charge of everything
while you're sleeping,
including breathing.
Yeah,
right. And then, but that's very rare. What we have most commonly is obstructive sleep apnea, where your breathing airflow is stopped or tightened.
Okay.
By different things. It could be muscles. It could be fat. It could be your tongue. It could be your tonsils. Like physical restraint and constriction of your airway whilst you sleep.
Could it also be like because of the positioning of how you sleep?
Yes. So if you sleep on your back, your tongue falls into your airway, giving
so it can create an obstruction.
Yeah, so there's a physical obstruction, and then you have to snore. That snoring is the noise of air going through and passing through the airway.
Struggling to
pass through. So you have that deep,
My dad snores. So when we were little, the idea was don't let him sleep on his back. Roll him onto the side.
Yes, roll him. Yeah.
Because it's like the whole hallway goes.
So safe to say we shouldn't like try to sleep on our backs. Is that what you're saying?
Well, so if you notice to now, okay, so let's take this one at a time. If you notice that you are not having enough sleep, it could really be because you're sleeping on your back, right? So your tongue or whatever obstruction that's causing you to snore is not letting you have enough oxygen during your sleep, and so you're tired. So whatever it is, yes, if that's the cause, then yes, you sleep on your side. There are other causes though.
Interesting. I did read something about sleep paralysis. I was hoping you would mention that briefly. Like,
so that's different from
what is
sleep
that?
apnea. So you know how we always say that somebody's pressing you in your sleep. Now that is sleep paralysis, and it happens in the deepermost part of your sleep cycle. Right? It's a form of sleeping disorder, right? And then it usually happens when you're very tired or you've not had enough sleep over a period of time. So your body is literally very tired. So you just feel you're not able to gain control of yourself while you sleep, and so you just feel compressed, pressed, all the witches in your village.
Like sitting on your chest.
Yeah.
It has basically nothing to do with
Sleep apnea?
It has nothing. It is a form of sleep disorder.
Yes, it is.
Wow.
Yes, it is.
So how can sleep
Medical, not
medical,
witches.
not witches? I wanted to clarify that.
Okay, let's talk sleep hygiene. What exactly is sleep hygiene?
Sleep
Is it like the way you drool?
Nah.
Or
No,
if
how
you scratch your feet at
No,
night?
how
Scratch your butt.
Nah.
Flatulence.
So, well, you don't have control over that while you sleep.
Yeah.
Sleep hygiene. Sleep hygiene are a couple of habits, good habits that will help you achieve optimal sleeping hours and quantity and quality of your sleep.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're a group of things that you do over time, like a habit. You know? Yeah,
Routine.
yeah.
Interesting. How long should we sleep? Like, how long is the ideal
For
time?
an adult, 6 to 8 hours.
Okay.
Yes, average 7 hours.
Anything
So you
less
should
is...
Yes, you're depriving yourself of. Yeah.
If
You're not
to
working
Lagos and
hard,
work,
like-
So-
if you even work in Lagos, can you really do that?
Of course. So
7
the thing is, we must always find a balance and a way to create that 7 hours sleep. Now, if you're there 7 days in a week, if 6 days in a week you're not achieving that, then you're shortchanging yourself. So as much as possible, you want to be able to have that quality of sleep every day. And if you can't do every day, 6 better than 5 better than 4 times a week. So whatever that will, if it's closing early, leaving your office on time, right? To beat the traffic. We're talking Lagos here.
Yes.
Practical tips. So if it's leaving closer to your office, if it's, you
Watching
must,
less TV when you get back.
when you get home, don't
Just
earlier.
try
exactly.
and get
So when
into bed as early as you
can. So there are various things you can do aside from getting that 7 hours of sleep, because having, like I said, quantity and quality, you don't want to stay in bed and you're not achieving that sleep. So it's important that you, most sleep hygiene activities would include your not eating heavy, like you said, right? So let's start from like your from morning to night. How do you prepare yourself for sleep?
Don't take that 5th cup of coffee,
Exactly.
because you're going to be stimulating
Because
yourself.
it takes
well
over
into the
12
night.
hours for your body to excrete that caffeine you've ingested in the morning.
Over 12 hours.
Yes, so it's best for you to have just 1 cup of coffee if you must. And let me explain something. There was a time that I used to take energy drinks.
Oh, yes.
Right, and what happens is that yes, you get that burst of energy, you have that caffeine, but you now overstretch yourself and you can't sleep. Right, so when you're able to sleep, when you sleep for 4-5 hours, you wake up, you're still tired, and then you take the caffeine again. So it's like
You
a
feel like a
vicious
zombie.
So exactly, so it's like a vicious cycle. You're not closing it up properly. So in the mornings, take 1 cup of coffee, not 1 big cup of coffee.
Just the regular cup.
Regular cup
What
of coffee,
role
and then
does sugar play in all this?
yeah, so I'll get there. Now, okay, so I might as well talk about sugar, because sugar is the body's fuel.
Okay, yes.
having one too many spoons of sugar, even granulated sugar or your carbonated drinks or whatever, overfuels your body, so you're unnecessarily charged. Having that, having bulky meals as well. Try and have your meals earlier. So have an early dinner and not load yourself with a bah or a bowl of cereal or a bowl of gari when you
I
get
find
home at
Eva
10
actually
p.m.
lets me sleep quite well.
So how late do you take? How late do you take the?
I don't want to talk about it. I'm trying to try.
So the thing about it is, yeah. So I'm trying and so you have a steady waking hour
Yes.
in the morning. So you have a bedtime and you have a waking hour. So try and keep that as constant as possible. When you wake up in the morning, you have a cup of coffee. Throughout the day, try to move. Don't just sit in one place. Try and be a bit more active during the day. Have a bedtime. I mean, having kids, I'm able to sleep train kids. Same thing as adults.
Yeah.
If you sleep at a particular time, whether you have been active that day or not, once it's that time, say 9 o'clock, if 9 o'clock is your bedtime, by default you're sleepy already.
What about
When you go to bed at that set time, whether you have an alarm clock or not, you will wake up at that certain time. So you must have a sleep and a wake time as well. You want to say something?
So what about people who do things like, I have such a busy week, I don't think I'm going to get a lot of sleep this week, but don't worry, I'll make up for it over the weekend.
So
does that work? Making up for
because
sleep?
I mean, we're adults and we know that sometimes we have targets, we have some job to finish, tight deadlines. Yes, we can deprive ourselves of sleep. For some, let's not be habits. Try as much as possible.
Can you ever catch up? Do you make up that?
You can.
Time? Okay.
But the thing about that is, when we just say this weekend, will you sleep and keep myself? You'll find out that once you do that, when you wake up, you're also tired,
groggy.
You've overslept. You're also very tired. So,
but shouldn't you wake up and be rested? How do you wake up tired?
So that means you've not had quality sleep. So if you're complaining of poor sleep, one of the things the doctor will ask you is, once you've slept, when you wake up, are you refreshed? If you've not refreshed, it's not a good sign.
Okay.
Yes. So
what does that mean?
So it could be a number of things. Like I said, it is a good indicator of if you have sleep apnea,
or if you've had too much caffeine.
If you've had too much caffeine, if you're even depressed.
Yeah.
Right. So it's a major indicator.
Interesting. What about children? Do they have sleep disorders, and how do you identify that in kids?
Oh wow.
So the thing about kids and sleep disorders, the commonest is what we call the SIDS. It's an Oyibo disease. It's not very common.
Doesn't it make them cry?
So no. The full meaning might scare people.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
So it's the commonest cause of sudden death in kids.
Oh.
So kids sleep. Yeah. So
sudden infant death
syndrome. Exactly.
Yeah,
so your baby, not your baby, but the baby sleeps and doesn't wake up, and that's because the baby has choked to death.
Aye.
Right. But it's not a very common syndrome in our climes.
Okay.
It's
good. We have so many other things to deal with.
Yeah.
All right. What other like sleepwalking? Do kids? I had a cousin who used to sleepwalk when he was a kid.
Yes.
I just thought he was pretending. I'm like, look at that bad child.
No,
is that a thing?
No, it is a thing.
It's some
very
kind of
real.
restlessness or something.
Yes. So
They said it was
there's a
spirits.
difference. So sleepwalking is the, I call it disorder now, that happens in your deepermost part of sleep, which is the REM sleep, rapid eye movement sleep. Yes, that's the cocoa of the sleep.
That's where all the dreaming happens.
Yes, that's where all the dreaming happens. And if you have a 6-hour sleep, for example, your body goes through the non-REM, the rapid eye movement part of sleep, which is in levels 1. So you have the non-REM sleep 1, non-REM sleep 2, REM sleep 3. That's a mouthful. And then you have the REM. So it goes through those cycles, about 3 to 4 cycles in your full 6-hour sleep. So if you do not have those complete cycles, you won't have a well-rested sleep. Yes. So when you sleepwalk, it's usually in that deepermost, the cocoa part of the sleep. Yes.
Oh, wow.
What causes it anyway? Like, could it be that maybe there's something going on in your subconscious?
Yes, because that's where all the dreaming happens. in that cocoa part of the sleep. That's where you're dreaming, and then you could be walking, taking a walk, and yeah, that's it. In your sleep, and you physically get up. Yes.
So Sean sent in this message. You can send one in too, 0809 444 0981. Sean says, also another reason one can be tired after oversleeping, the body starts to expend energy to stay asleep once it has achieved the required amount of sleep. Yes, I feel this
Very
when you're
correct.
like jet lagged and you're like,
And that's when you've had too much sleep as well. Yeah.
All right, so thanks for that. We're going to take a very quick break here on the Smooth Drive. We're still talking practical tips for healthy living here on the Smooth Health. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Smooth Health on the Drive.
So Lagos, if you didn't know, now you know.
Stay tuned.
Smooth Health on the Drive in association with Avon HMO.
My sweetheart. All right. You guys should let your aunt rest first before bombarding her with plenty talk. Wow, Bola, your kids are always vibrant. What's the secret, my dear? The secret is our family health plan from Avon HMO. Avon HMO? Yes, so since my husband bought the Avon HMO plan for our family, the burden of paying hospital bills and self-medication is completely removed from us. With their quick response and excellent service, we enjoy correct peace of mind. Sister. Well done, Mother of the year. I hear you.
Visit AvonHealthcare.com on your phone to buy your plan in just 3 easy steps. It's that fast and simple.
Avon HMO, empowering you to live healthier, fuller lives.
Smooth 98.1.
This is what love truly means to me.
Love is a beautiful thing.
Love is freedom, and you can't hold it back when it takes over you. So let love reign and spread it to the world.
Love life.
This love's meant for you and me.
From myself, Johnny Drill, and the Smooth family.
Smooth Health on the Drive.
So Lagos, if you didn't know, now you know.
Stay tuned.
Smooth Health on the Drive in association with Avon HMO.
Welcome back to the program, Practical Tips for Healthy Living in association with Avon HMO. Welcome back. We're here with Dr. Chibuki and we're talking sleep disorders. You can send us messages on 0809 444 0981. We talked sleep apnea, sleep hygiene, how much sleep you need to get. Let's talk about driving drowsy. But before we get to that, we've got a couple messages here. Cruz sent in this one. He said, so there's REM1, there's REM1, REM2, REM3. No wonder my dreams usually have part 1, 2, and 3 like Hollywood movies. Oh, Cruz. Nice, I feel you. All right, so true or false? Driving while drowsy is similar to driving while drunk.
Bam.
Yep.
So when you're drowsy, you have impaired judgment, just like you would have when you're, under the influence of alcohol. Mm-hmm. So as much as possible, if you're driving and you're drowsy, you can get a safe place to park. This is Lagos. We have to be sure where we're parking, and take a power nap. The power nap is like a reset button that just helps you get back yourself. But as much as possible, try and get enough sleep during the day, during the night, so you don't have to take those naps during the day, because taking those naps during the day can even affect the quality of sleep you have at night.
Later, yes.
So if you have a very long nap, say 30 minutes, your nap should take about 10 to 15 minutes, maximum 20 minutes. Anything outside that would affect your night sleep.
Yes. I find that if I decide to take, well, in my former life, because I can't take naps now during the daytime because I'm here, but if I did anything past 4 p.m. and then tried to sleep later on at night, it wouldn't happen. So if I'm going to take a nap,
the best time for the nap, early afternoon.
Yeah.
I've been meaning to ask, is it a kind of disorder or sleep disorder when you find out that you're physically tired, your body wants to sleep, your body wants to sleep, but then you close your eyes and it doesn't come.
You can't shut down.
First and foremost,
Insomnia?
narcolepsy. It's no. So that's no.
Insomnia?
That's narcolepsy when you're consistently sleepy.
No, she's saying you want to sleep,
want
but
to.
you can't sleep.
Oh, so that's insomnia. Okay, that's insomnia. That's insomnia, and it's also an indicator for other diseases. Insomnia in itself is a disease, and
Isn't it
it's
just stress?
Well, yeah. So it's an indicator for stress. So it get level.
No. If you're only
If yes,
you're owing-
exactly. If you're owing somebody
and you're calling
money,
you all the time.
so that's another thing. That's another thing. So insomnia is very common, especially in this day and age of mobile technologies where we're always touching our phone.
That backlight, blinking
So
lights.
talking again about sleep habits and sleep hygiene. I have a lot to say. I hope I'm able to say it in 10 minutes.
Go ahead.
First and foremost, let's talk about our phones, right? Our phones, our laptops, emit blue lights. Some phones, like my phone, has a setting where you can turn off the blue lights, and it'll give you a brown light. It's calm on your eyes.
Night settings.
Yes. So, yes. Not night setting. There's another setting that gives your phone.
Sepia.
That kind of
Mazzino
sepia,
has it on his show.
that kind
phone.
of
He showed it to me.
Yeah,
You know
that
he
kind
has
of
light
filter.
sensitivity.
Me too.
Yeah.
So that's why I had to turn that on. It makes you the harshness of the light from your phone is reduced with that.
Okay.
And then that's how they cut also those blinking lights. That thing is set up.
The notifications.
Yes. So it just keeps on triggering, touches, get the phone. So what I can advise is, as much as possible, I know that we always try and arrange our beds close to the socket. Charge, in fact, your phone should not be in your room. As much as, charge it outside your room, so you're not tempted. Yes. Once is your bedtime. Once you have
emergency. Emergencies actually never happen.
So, but even if they do, so
that time.
if you're also very cautious about emergency and wanting to be alert, let it not be by your phone, by your bed, by your bedside. You can charge your phone overnight across the room, so that you're not triggered to want to touch your phone and check whose WhatsApp status is saying what. Then again, TVs. The thing about TVs is sometimes some people want it in their room because of the noise, so that the room is not so quiet. However, having TVs in your room will my voice is actually back.
Yay!
It is.
So thank you, Lord. Okay, so having TVs in your room, yes. TVs in your room can be very distracting. Try as much as possible not to have them, so that you have good sleep. When you're asleep, you're asleep. Your room, your bed should only be for sex and sleep. It's not for working. Yeah,
she's a doctor. She said it.
It's not for working. It's not for chatting. So that once your body hits the bed, you're off. Right?
Good.
As much as possible, like I think I've mentioned it, have a bedtime.
Yes.
Don't be too heavy on your fluid, so that you don't have to wake up so many times at night to pee. If you're gonna wake up at night to pee, don't go and turn on all your lights. It's more difficult to fall back asleep.
When you
So you can have like a bedside lamp, or the bathroom light is regulated, that kind of thing, or use I don't want to say use your torchlight on your phone, but you know what I mean.
Minimize the light
exposure, exactly.
Exposure that you have. Wow. All right. Can certain foods, keep you awake?
Oh yeah.
Yes, sugary foods that contain caffeine, nicotine. Nicotine from nicotine gums, nicotine from vapes,
Cigarettes.
nicotine from cigarettes, nicotine from snuff. People always forget that snuff is nicotine.
That's true. Snuff. The one
Our grandfathers used to snuff, and the women in the market, they put it in
tobacco.
Yes.
Yeah.
Put it in your carpal tunnel and sniff.
Yep.
We're gonna have to talk.
You never saw your grandfather do that?
No, unfortunately, didn't see him do much.
Oh wow. I mean, we used to grow tobacco in the compound, and I watched him process it and
sniff it. Yes.
All right, so not before bedtime, ladies and gentlemen.
Don't do that.
2 hours
Before you have to go to bed. Nice.
Now, for those who have issues calming their minds before going to sleep? Because that's one of the major issues for not being able to sleep. Your mind is like running races.
Yeah.
Do you have any tips for them as to how to do that? Calm their mind?
We take for granted breathing exercises. Yeah, so take deep breaths in through your mouth, through your nose, and then out through your mouth. You do that repeatedly. In fact, technology has actually helped us. There's some phones that can measure your stress levels to know if your mind...
The phone is the stress level. That's what I was thinking. You can't do it of all stress.
And then it helps you with those breathing exercises. And then sometimes you can listen to white noise very low.
Oh yeah, you can get
volumes. Even
water. They have those in hotels.
Yeah.
You have some of those sleep aids on YouTube.
Yes, even get a nap.
Yes.
Even aromas. Some aromas help you fall asleep. Right? And release all tension in your head. That's not helping you. Exactly. Helping you achieve good sleep.
Good. That's good to know.
Cruz wants to know about chocolate before bed.
When chocolate before bed makes my mind go to naughty places. But okay.
Dr. Chibuki.
Sorry.
No, it's the doctor that's saying it itself.
Well, chocolate before bed isn't bad, but remember that it has a lot of sugar.
Sugar, yeah.
So as much as possible, 2 hours before bed.
Is drinking tea before bedtime?
What kind of tea?
Like chamomile?
Yes.
Like one of those calming.
Yes. So there's some foods actually. We've talked about foods that don't help you sleep. There's some foods that help you sleep.
Oh yeah?
Watermelon.
Oh wow.
Okay. Yes.
Turkey.
Warm milk.
Yes. All the stuff that gives you the itis. Yes.
Yes. So you have warm milk. You don't like warm milk. Warm milk is
I'm lactose intolerant. I can't
this guy used to do with me. Gosh,
I cannot
watermelon.
Abide milk. Okay, gassy. The whole building.
No one is gonna sleep to that. Nobody's sleeping.
Interestingly, I mean, you talked about alcohol, but I know somebody who believes that there's a certain kind of alcohol that they take, and it helps them sleep better.
So yes, some spirits can actually help you take a nap or feel sleepy. However, there's a
limit.
There's a limit, and it just takes a little fine line. It just takes just a little to go overboard.
Fine line between sleepy and drunk.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's counterproductive. You're just there, you can't
You're
sleep.
groggy and you're all over the place.
And misbehaving. And then again, this Lagos that we're in, why all of us are just crazy. I mean, like you said, during the break, you get on the bus and in the morning, everybody's sleeping. Yes. And then I talked about how you're going to modify your lifestyle to fit and make sure that you have adequate hours of sleep. I know this couple, they live very far, somewhere away, somewhere really, really far. And then they're up at 3 a.m. to get the kids, they get the kids ready for school. By 4, they've left the house with the kids. They have 2 kids. The kids school somewhere in, somewhere around, somewhere not here, somewhere in Lekki, and then they'll come back. So just know it's a crazy cycle. So they're always sleepy. I mean, you cannot achieve.
It's ridiculous.
Productivity.
How do you wake up kids at 3 a.m.? When do they go to bed?
So they go to bed about 9, 10. So we have to cultivate our lifestyles to fit. That means our bodies are most important. I know we must get our daily bread, but
our health. I mean, if you're not alive, who's getting the daily bread?
Right.
Well said.
All of us were just all angry in Lagos. We're not sleeping. That's the thing. We're not sleeping.
I find out that I'm always moody when I don't have enough sleep. I'm short-tempered.
Yes,
when I
and
sleep well.
not just you. It's all of us. There's increased irritability. You can't make good judgments because you know what? How can I? Whatever. And really, you should have said no, right? But because you're just irritable and just tired, right? You're always yawning. You start hallucinating. Really, because your mind is supposed to be at rest or should have been at rest, but
it isn't.
It isn't. Increases your risk of getting obesity, getting depressed, getting type 2 diabetes. I mean, the risks are enormous.
Wow. So, ladies and gentlemen out there, try and get some sleep.
Go
Okay?
to bed early tonight.
And cool off with the caffeine. All right. So, Dr. Chibuki, we have come to the end of the program this evening. You have some fans here. Don't worry. I'll send this message to her off air just in case she is a taken woman, Sean. Michael is wondering about irregular sleep habits, but we'll get back to you on that as well. So thank you all for tuning in. You can check out Avon HMO on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and also online, www.avonhealthcare.com. All right. Anything else you want to share with us, Dr. Chibuki? Any last parting sleepy words?
Shall go to bed early tonight.
Go to bed early.
to bed early tonight.
You can't say that enough.
Yeah?
Well said. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. Don't go anywhere. It's still Fala and Hawa on the Smooth Drive all the way till 9 o'clock.
Smooth Health on the Drive.
It's a global observation that helps raise people's awareness of
Health information and tips for optimal well-being.
how to prevent it, detect, or treat
Every
it.
Thursday at 5:15 p.m.
So Lagos, if you didn't know, now you know.
Smooth Health on the Drive in association with Avon HMO.